Let me start over. Albert Einstein once wisely wrote something that resonates with me deeply. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. To me, this doesn't mean we must reject faith. It means that every belief, no matter how old or sacred, must be questioned, examined, and understood. Good morning, everyone. I am Swapnendu Acharya, and I am here to explore a powerful idea that faith and reason don't have to be enemies. With the right mindset, they can coexist. And to explain how, let me take you back in time. The earliest signs of religious behavior appeared around 100,000 years ago in ancient burial practices, such as burials with grave goods like tools and beads, suggesting belief in an afterlife. Consider the Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. Built over 11,000 years ago, it's the world's oldest known religious structure. Long before science, we humans looked to the skies, the rain, the rising sun, and asked, why? Religion was born as humanity's first attempt to explain the mysterious. It gave us stories, morals, structure, and most importantly, hope. Faith has helped us survive. It gave Gandhi the strength to fight without weapons. It guided Tagore's words and lit the path for millions during dark times. Praying for your family's health is not irrational. It's deeply human. Faith offers comfort, direction, and purpose. But today, we risk losing our scientific spirit. People are confusing belief with blind dogma. We must not live in fear of punishment or act purely for the promise of salvation. If our actions are driven by fear or greed, then our morality becomes a transaction, not a value. Blind faith can inspire great courage and great cruelty. It can unite and divide. Terrorism, riots, hate speech, and social unrest are often driven not by faith itself, but by unquestioned belief. When children aren't allowed to ask why, how will they learn to choose right from wrong? When a society obeys blindly, it loses its conscience. What we need is a scientific temper. Think about Galileo Galilei. He dared to challenge the notion that the earth was at the center of the universe. The church silenced him, but science remembered him. If religion tells me that the earth is flat and science shows me that it's round, I choose to fly around the globe, not fall off the edge, because science questions itself, while blind belief rarely does. Let me share something personal. When I was 5 or 6, I was deeply religious. I attended every ceremony and believed with all my heart. But as I grew older, I started to question my belief system. And let's just say I wasn't always appreciated for it. Yet, I kept reading, researching, and my curiosity led me to science. I stopped accepting things at face value. And though some elders frowned upon it, reasoning has helped me more than fear ever did. False faith hurts real lives, like parents taking their sick children to so-called godmen instead of doctors, or voters manipulated through religious divisions. Think about this. India has nearly 800 districts, each with hundreds of temples, mosques, and churches, but only around 1,100 universities in total. That contrast is eye-opening. I dream of an India where every kilometer has a school, where asking questions is not rebellion but reverence, where faith guides our souls and reason guides our society. Our Constitution says it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Some of the greatest minds in history were believers, but not blind followers. They questioned, they stood up, they believed, not in silence, but in inquiry. They weren't anti-faith, but they were anti-dogma. I hope to see a world where questioning is not seen as betrayal, but as a step toward deeper thinking, where children are not just taught what to think, but how to think. I began with a quote by Einstein, and I'd like to end with another. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. It's not a choice between faith or science. It's a call to balance, to question what we follow and follow what we understand. So let's raise a generation that prays and questions, that believes and verifies, that has the heart to hope and the mind to reason. Because the future doesn't belong to the cold skeptic or the blind believer. It belongs to those who can do both. Believe with courage and question with curiosity. Thank you.